The air in the bedroom felt thick, like it was holding its breath. I stood frozen, staring at the phone in my hand, my wife's phone, its screen glowing with a message that sliced through my chest like a cold blade. Meet me at the usual spot. Can't stop thinking about last night. The sender's name was just Jay, no contacts saved, no photo, no context. My thumb hovered over the screen, trembling, as my pulse roared in my ears. Sarah was in the shower, singing softly, oblivious to the storm brewing 10 feet away. I wanted to scream, to smash the phone, to demand answers. Instead, I set it down on the nightstand, exactly as I'd found it, and sat on the edge of our bed, the weight of doubt crushing my ribs. We'd been married 7 years, Sarah and I. High school sweethearts turned partners in a life I thought was ours alone. The little moments, her laughter over burnt toast, the way she'd curl into me during thunderstorms, felt like anchors, proof of something unbreakable. But lately, those anchors had started to slip. She'd been distant, her smiles fleeting, her eyes darting away when I asked about her day. I'd chalked it up to stress, her new job at the law firm, long hours, late nights. Just networking, she'd say, her voice light but her fingers twisting the hem of her blouse. I'd believed her. I'd wanted to. The shower stopped. My heart lurched. I stood, pacing to the window, staring at the rain-slick street below. Our suburban neighborhood was quiet, the kind of place where kids rode bikes and neighbors waved. It felt like a lie now, a stage set for a life I didn't recognize. Sarah emerged, wrapped in a towel, her auburn hair dripping. "You okay, Nate?" she asked, her voice soft, almost tender. I nodded, my throat too tight to speak. Her phone buzzed on the nightstand. She glanced at it, then at me, and for a split second, her eyes flickered with something. Guilt? Fear? It was gone before I could name it. "I'm heading out for a bit," she said, slipping into jeans and a sweater. "Client dinner. Won't be late." She kissed my cheek, her lips cool, and I inhaled the familiar scent of her jasmine shampoo. It used to ground me. Now it felt like a taunt. "Love you," she added, and the words landed like a slap. I watched her leave, the front door clicking shut, and the house swallowed me in silence. The first red flag had come weeks ago, subtle enough to dismiss. A receipt in her purse for a coffee shop she never mentioned. Dated for a time she'd said she was at work. Then the late-night texts she'd angle away from me, claiming they were work stuff. I'd rationalized it all. Trust was the foundation of US, wasn't it? But doubt is a slow poison. It seeps in, stains everything. I grabbed my laptop, my fingers shaking as I logged into our shared cloud account. Photos, bills, memories, our life digitized. I scrolled through her recent uploads, my stomach twisting. There, a blurry shot of a hotel bar, time-stamped last month. Sarah's hand, her wedding ring glinting, holding a drink. A man's arm in the frame, his cufflink catching the light. No face. No name. Just Jay. I slammed the laptop shut, my breath ragged. The room spun. I wanted to believe it was nothing. A colleague, a friend, a misunderstanding. But the pieces were falling into place, sharp and jagged. The late nights, the evasive answers, the way she'd stopped reaching for me in bed. I felt like a fool. A man who'd built a castle on sand and watched it crumble. Anger surged, hot and blinding, but beneath it was something worse, grief. I loved her. God, I still loved her. I didn't confront her that night. Or the next. I let the suspicion fester, watching her like a detective in my own marriage. She was flawless in her routine. Coffee in the morning, kisses before work. I love you like a reflex. But I saw the cracks now. The way her phone never left her side. The way she'd linger in the bathroom, typing furiously. I started checking her location, shared ironically for safety. Last night, she'd been at a restaurant downtown. Alone, she'd said. I drove there after she left, my hands gripping the wheel, the rain blurring my windshield. The hostess confirmed it. A table for two, reserved under her name. No client. Just a man mid-30s, laughing with her over wine. The betrayal crystallized, but it wasn't enough. I needed to know how deep it went. I followed her the next evening, my car trailing hers through the city's neon veins. She parked at a motel, its flickering sign casting shadows on the cracked pavement. My heart pounded as she knocked on a door, room 17. A man opened it, Tall, broad-shouldered, his face obscured by the dim light. She stepped inside and the door closed. I sat in my car, rain hammering the roof, my hands clenched into fists. I wanted to barge in, to tear the world apart. Instead, I waited, each minute an eternity, until she emerged an hour later, her hair mussed, her smile faint but unmistakable. I drove home numb. The house was too quiet, the walls closing in. I poured a whiskey, then another, letting the burn steady me. Sarah came home at midnight, her excuse ready. The meeting ran late. I nodded, my voice calm, betraying nothing. "Good night," I said, and she smiled, oblivious to the storm inside me. I didn't sleep. I planned. The next morning, I called a private investigator. Discreet, professional, expensive. Worth it. Within days, he had names, for men not one. Jay was James, a coworker. Then there was Mark, a client, David, a gym buddy, and Ethan, a stranger from a dating app. Photos, texts, hotel receipts. A secret life meticulously hidden. Sarah had been unraveling our marriage while I'd been blind, trusting, loving. The PI's report sat on my desk, a grenade with the pin half pulled. I could have confronted her, screamed, walked away. But rage gave way to something colder, sharper. I wanted her to feel the weight of her lies. I invited her to dinner at our favorite restaurant, the one where we'd celebrated anniversaries. She glowed, oblivious, as I ordered her favorite wine. To us. I toasted, my smile a mask. Over dessert, I slid the PI's folder across the table. Her face froze as she opened it, photos spilling out, her with James, Mark, David, Ethan. Her lies exposed in glossy prints. "Nate, she stammered, her eyes wide, glistening with tears. I leaned in, my voice low, steady. "You don't get to speak. Not yet." I told her I'd known for weeks, watched her unravel our life. I told her about the lawyer I'd hired, the divorce papers ready. But the final blow wasn't mine. "Check your phone," I said. She did, her hands shaking. A group chat, all 4 men, each confessing to the others, thinking they were her only one. I'd orchestrated it, anonymous tips to each, letting their egos do the rest. Sarah's face crumpled, her voice a whisper. "I'm sorry, Nate. I love you." I stood, leaving her at the table, the weight of her betrayal hers to carry now. As I walked into the rain, the city's pulse thrummed around me. And for the first time in weeks, I breathed. The truth was ugly, but it was mine. And I was free.